Hey y'all, Swede Medic 73. I just thought I would give a little update here. Been a slight little change around the house here. Anybody who knows me knows that I've always been pretty much a die-hard Jeep guy. It started with a 1950 model Willys Jeep, and yes, it is Willys. It is not Willys. It looks like Willys. It's not pronounced that way. It's pronounced Willys. 1950 model Willys CJ3A that my grandfather bought when I was a little bitty guy, 7, 8 years old probably, maybe a little younger. Bought it because they were going to go on a hunting trip in the mountains in New Mexico, and he wanted a Jeep to run around in the mountains with. He didn't want to have to pack any deer out by hand. So I learned how to drive a stick shift in that old Jeep, and I have had a passion for them ever since. Currently I do still have that 1950 model Willys. That's going to be a retirement project for me. I'm going to tear it down to a rolling chassis and I'm going to rebuild it from the ground up. That one will never leave the family. And I've got a 1993 Jeep YJ. It's the square headlight version, if you don't know what a YJ is. A lot of people, have hard feelings about the YJ. They don't like the YJ. They think it's not a Jeep because it doesn't have round headlights. Well, it's a Jeep. Trust me. It'll do what a Jeep will do. My wife bought that for me because she got tired of listening to me talk about how I regretted getting rid of my TJ. I had gotten rid of the 2000 TJ because I thought I needed a pickup, and then all I talked about was Jeeps. So she got tired of listening to me and found this one on a dealership, on a lot, like a used car lot. Got a really good price on it, and she just bought it for me, gave it to me. Sweet wife, right? Okay. Anyway, there has been a change though. We were in town, we were needing a family vehicle. I've been driving a Tundra for several years now, since 2014. I've been driving a Tundra. Love the Tundra. It's a great truck, really good truck. Really enjoy driving that, but I really don't use a full-size truck that much. I don't tow very many trailers anymore. I don't haul a lot. Most of the time I'm just running around getting poor fuel mileage and having trouble parking in parking garages for no apparent reason, other than the fact that I just really like the truck. So there has been a little change. It wasn't really intended. We just happened to be at the dealership yesterday and had something catch our eye, and we liked it, and they cut us a really good deal. So the change comes in the form of a Toyota 4Runner TRD off-road. I'll show you here. And there it is right there. It is a 2018 model, and of course it's got the full TRD off-road package. It is got locking differentials in the rear. It's got rock sliders. We zoom in on the rock sliders here. You can see it's got rock sliders along the bottom to protect the body. I know what you're fixing to say. It's got steps on it. Steps are a good place to get hung up on. Yes, they are. However, that is a true rock slider. That is not a just a pretty little tube step to help you get up in the car. Those steps that you see right there, each one of them has 2 bolts on it, and you unbolt those bolts and take those steps right off, and it is a true rock slider underneath there. These rock sliders actually are nice heavy gauge steel, and as you can see, it comes with 2 separate bars to slide over the rocks. So it is a true rock slider. And of course it comes with the full TRD package with the crawl control and the terrain selectors and all of that stuff. I don't know how much of that I'll use. I'm sure I will, just for fun if nothing else. But it's not something that has to happen. I've been four-wheeling for a lot of years, and I can do it without it. I'm not really what you would call a off-roader, I guess. I don't do the whole, find the biggest, baddest obstacle I can find and just see if I can get over it just to see if I can get over it. I'm not that kind. I'm more of an overlander type. I like to travel during the daytime. I'd be perfectly satisfied getting on a BLM logging road or something of that nature and just drive all day. Starts getting dark, pitch a tent, fix some supper, spend the night, get up the next morning and start over again. So, but anyway, there's gonna be some upgrades that I'm gonna do, of course. Just like with any Jeep, you are never completely finished building it. I will be going up here and I'll be putting a rooftop cargo rack on that. It's got the rails, but I'm gonna put the bars across it, put a cargo basket up there to where I can carry some of our camping gear and that sort of thing. My wife had talked about maybe putting a rooftop tent on there, and yeah, we may do something like that. Only problem with those is they're heavy and you got to put them up there, take them down, put them up, take them down, and I'm not sure for sure that we're going to do that. I've got a 1940s model World War II era military Jeep trailer that was a Navy Jeep trailer. I've got it painted to look like Army, but it was a Navy Jeep trailer. And I think I may get that rooftop cargo, or sorry, not cargo, rooftop tent, and I believe I'll build it and put it on the top of that trailer and use that as an off-road trailer, and I'll just tow it right there, right behind that little dude. And you know, there, like I said again, I don't look for the biggest, baddest trail I can find just to see if I can get down it. So any of the roads that I'll be traveling down, it should be fine. We find a camping spot that evening, throw up the tent, you know, have a good night's sleep, get up the next morning, pack up the tent, back on the trail we go. So I will definitely be doing more videos of this little jewel here. It's going to have a lift kit. As you can see, front is a little lower than the back. I probably won't go more than 2 or 3 inches. You know, like I said, don't get crazy, so I don't need any more than that. It's got the Nitto Terra Grappler all-terrain tires on it. They're a decent tire. They're not really what I would call an off-road tire, but it is my primary driver as well, so I'm not going to be worried too much about those right now. If it looks like we're going to start doing a lot of overlanding, I may get a second set of tires and wheels. That way I can just switch them out before we go on our trip. That way the rest of the time I don't have to listen to them wah 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 howling down the highway when I'm going to work. So anyway, I just thought everybody might like a little look-see at what got going on here, and everyone have a pleasant evening, and I believe I'll go have a beer now.